What is up, people? You've got the Oracle there, and we are back on MTGO for a new draft. I haven't been uploading a lot this last day. It's mostly because I have quite a bit of work, and also I was playing a lot of Shadows over Innistrad in Paper Magic, and that was great. I think the set is awesome, and I'm going to GP Barcelona next week. And hopefully that's gonna be good and nice. The thing is, next weekend, I guess, is also the release of the set on MTGO. So I will not be able to record a lot of pre-release even, but as soon as next Monday, which is gonna be Monday 18th of April, I'll be uploading a lot of Shadows over Innistrad draft because I think this set is truly awesome. I've had a lot of pleasure to play it, but for now, as you can see, it is just a Legacy Cube draft, which is also sweet, but you know. Good old things, I guess. I think I will pick Jace here. It's one of my favorite cards in the pack. The pack is not too strong. There's different options. I think Jace is just quite solid and probably just one of the best cards of the pack. I don't think the Regent is that great. It's fine, but not my favorite thing to pick here. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of things actually that I like. I guess I could take the field and build some sort of blue-white control deck. I think I like that more than Titan or Regent or Righteous Confluence. Could take the Spectre and build a blue Devotion deck. Not sure how good this would be. Nothing is too exciting here, honestly. I think I will just go with the field and maybe just build a good old blue-white control deck. Alright, well, Nicol Bolas is sweet. I do like that card a lot, and I'd be interested in playing a Grixis control deck. And I think I will just pick it. And that might seem crazy, but I'm here to have fun. And the white or blue cards are not too interesting. I guess there's Dissolve, which is fine. Massive Wave, not too great in a control deck. I guess I could pick Dissolve and stay in track for a blue-white control deck, or just take Nicol Bolas and go a bit crazy and try to draft a Grixis deck. Do I take the serious pick or the fun pick? I think I'll go with fun. And we'll see how it goes. Alright, Glen Elendra Archmage is, I think, clearly the best card of the pack. It goes very well with Jace and with being blue control or whatever. Just one of the best creatures of the cube in general, very strong. Impulse is fine, but yeah, I think it's pretty clear-cut Glen Elendra here, which is just awesome. I guess there's well, this Elspeth is not the best, but it's not awful either. So if I were to play white, it could be an option. Sorin is fine, but I think I would just go with the Elspeth. There's a Sacred Foundry. I could also play a 4-color control deck, but I would need a very solid mana base to do so. CDC, I guess, could be an option. Yeah, it's cube, so you can pretty much do whatever you want. I might just go with Elspeth, which I think it's fine. Not the best, but a decent control-y planeswalker. And maybe move out of a potential Grixis deck. That's a fairly late reanimate, though. I might just pick that. I'm going into thousands of different direction here, which is not something you really want to do in a regular draft set, but in Cube it's fine. You have several picks to kind of settle on something. I do like Reanimate a lot. And yeah, the only white or blue card could be Goldmane, Spirit Keeper, which are more aggressive beatdown card, and Walker, I guess, which is not my favorite. I think I'll go with Reanimate for now. Alright, Careful Consideration is fine. It's actually pretty good in a Reanimator deck because it's a way to. It's quite costly, but it's a way to discard Fatty. So I might actually take that. And in general, it's a very decent card draw spell. Another option would be to take Temple of Epiphany in case I were to end up Grixis. Yeah, I think I'll just go with Consideration though. That thing goes fairly well with Reanimate, I think. There's nothing too interesting here. I will just pick Overground Tomb. I'm not sure that I will be playing black, and I'm probably not gonna be playing green, but there's nothing else that seems interesting here. Blood Creep could be pretty sweet. I could end up with a blue-black control deck with a bit of reanimation and maybe a Nicol Bolas on the splash with a few red fixers, so I don't mind picking that. Alright, well, Necrotol is not too bad if I end up blue-black control. Massive Wave is playable, I guess. That's a very weird start, I'm not gonna lie to you. Rider is pretty sweet reanimation target. I do like it a lot, so I think I'm gonna go with that. CDC could be something. Interesting. That's definitely a weird start. I'm not really aware of what they changed since the last Legacy Cube list, but I was much more. It was like 3 months ago, last winter. I was much more. Not sure if this is this draft just right now that I'm having issues, but often I really find easy to jump into an archetype and have things going on. But here I'm pretty much split between several things. And what I have just looks like a bunch of pretty mediocre cards that does not look too great together. So that's an issue. But hopefully we'll get settled on something later on. Definitely a weird start. Alright, Summit is pretty good. I could really see myself going blue-black with a touch of red. And maybe some reanimation shenanigans. I took the Tomb because there was nothing else, but I will probably not play green. I think for now we'll cut the white. Alright. I'm not happy about everything, but there are some very powerful cards in this, in the card that I've drafted, so we'll see how it goes. There's an Exarch, I guess, for the combo. Other than that, Sotzis is fine. Especially if you are playing Reanimator, you can target yourself and get rid of that and reanimate it on turn 2 or something along those lines. It's pretty decent. I might just pick that. Exarch is fine, but my deck is already fairly weird, like maybe Grixis, maybe Reanimator, control-y thing with a lot of 4-drop, so I will probably not try to go into another direction, which would be the Kiki-Jiki Pestermite combo. I think Sotzis is very fine, it goes very well with Reanimate. And could be very good if I'm Reanimator, and still pretty decent if I'm only a control deck. Diabolic Servitude is pretty solid reanimation spell. I do like it a fair amount. And I don't think there's anything else that really compete with it. I don't like picking a 4-drop, I have a bunch of these, but there's just not much else. Frost Titan is fine, but not my favorite. Yeah, I think I'll go with Servitude, it's fine. Alright, Mystic Confluence is great. I do like that card a lot. Probably even better than Forbid, which is quite great too. Skin Render is fine, but I think Necrotol is pretty much the same thing. Murderous Cut is fine, but I don't really need that too much. I think the pick is either Temple of Deceit, which is great fixing, or Mystic Confluence, which is just a very solid spell. I think I will go with Confluence. I've been so happy with that. It feels... Sometimes it's slightly worse than a Cryptic Command, sometimes it's better. It's just very, very solid. I've been really happy with that spell. Alright, so Blue-Black Reanimator. I think we are more and more settling for setting up for that deck. Archmage and Jace are fine in general. Consideration is pretty good with reanimation, as I mentioned. Servitude, quite costly, but very potentially fairly annoying and resilient removal spell. And then Thoughtseize Reanimate it's a 2-card combo. I mean 3-card combo because you pretty much need another thing, but it can be quite solid. I think I will go with Fact of Fiction. It also dumps cards into your graveyard. Wretched Confluence is pretty good though. I think I'll go with Thoth though, very solid. Don't like packing too many 4-drop, but I guess this is what I got. Opposition, very strong, but I'm not really doing that today. Daze is fine. I guess the pick is between either Daze, Scalding Tarn, or Sheoldred. Scalding Tarn would be more appealing if I already had Watery Grave or Underground Sea. Given what I have so far, maybe Sheoldred is a good option for me. I need some early ways to interact with the opponent though. And Sheoldred is not my favorite thing to reanimate. I think I'll go with Fixing. And hopefully I'll get a blue-black land that I can fetch. That'd be awesome. Ancestral Vision is pretty solid. I think it's the better option for me here. Alright, so blue-black control reanimator. Definitely a weird start, and this deck might not work out very well. It really depends on what we get later on. At least we have the start of some sort of fixing. And actually Scalding Tarn already fixes for black or blue because I have Blood Creep, which is actually pretty sweet. I don't mind main decking Negate. I've been pretty happy with that, so I think I'll take that. And I don't think there's anything else I want to do. I guess I could take Dark Depths and hope to get a Vampire X-Mage or a Thespian Stage, but I'm already doing a lot of weird and different things, so I think I will set up for the simple card. And this Courier Troll is there mostly because I don't have any 2-drop, but hopefully I will not have to play that. I need some 2, 1, 2, and 3-drop. If I can get some solid... Oh, there's the X-Mage. Well, that's a bit sad. I think I will still pick it. At worst, it's a good cyber option against Planeswalkers. And we might wield the Dark Depths. It's not very likely, but we could, I guess. And there's just nothing else. Well, now I wish I had taken the Dark Depths, but I did not. And there's the stage too, jeez. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Yeah, I did not really expect to get this and that. I guess I should have because I've had seen those cards, right? No, I didn't see the X-Mage, but I definitely seen the stage being there. I think I'll go with the Prowler though, because I don't think it's very likely that the Dark Depths will, and Prowler is pretty good with reanimation in general. I guess it's a charm if I have enough red sources could be good. It's a way to discard card, which is pretty good too for reanimation. Murderous Cut is decent removal, I do like that. And Manowar is not bad. I'm lacking 3-drop. It's a way to get tempo and time. I think I like that slightly more than Confluence given my curve. Ooh, Dreadbore is also a cheap removal. Alright, so we got a decent amount of good things. I was a bit worried, but It's a Charm is great in reanimation. Prowler is pretty good too. So at this point what I need is a blue-black dual land would be awesome. Then a bit more 2-drop and 3-drop, a bit more reanimation spells, and some fatties to reanimate. That's basically what I'm looking for. Woodfall Primus is a great reanimation target. I might just pick that. Brainstorm is fine, but not too appealing. There's Living Death too. Not sure that I want that though. Living Death is really good only if you have Buried Alive, I think. Yeah, I think I'll go with the Primus. It's just one of my favorite things to reanimate. Very solid, a bit like the Rider. Yeah, I like that a lot. Alright, there's an Entomb, which is awesome. And I will definitely pick that. I mean, Rakdos Return, Bloodghast, Psychotog could be decent option. Mirror Battlesphere is also a nice thing to reanimate, but I think Entomb is just much more synergistic and efficient for what I'm trying to do. Badlands is not bad. Not a big fan of the top. I don't think I want Nighthawk or Husk. Not really a mid-range deck. Yeah, I think I'll go with Badlands. It's not the most exciting pick, but now that I do have those two early red spells, it's actually quite valuable, I think. So it's decent. I'd rather have a blue-black dual land, but it is fine. It is fine. That deck looks fairly weird. It's really lacking. Yeah, I could really use one or two more reanimation spells. Yeah, it doesn't feel too good currently regarding the amount of reanimation spells I do have access to. I have a fair amount of ways to put things into my graveyard, but not so many reanimation spells. Nightmare is very strong, but I will not be playing a ton of creature that I can just play early on. I guess Nightmare is pretty good with Prowler. You can Prowler away something turn 2 and then turn 3 Nightmare, that thing back, sacrificing the Prowler. I have a Manowar and Necratal to sacrifice. It's not bad, it's just not very exciting. I mean, it's kind of medium, I would say. Catacomb could fetch Badlands or Blood Crypt, but it's not the most necessary. I really need a blue-black fixer more than a red-black fixer. I think I'll go with Nightmare. It's pretty solid with Prowler, as I mentioned. And here I'm gonna take Liliana. I mean, River is fixing, but it's one of the worst, and Liliana is just great in general, and awesome in a Reanimator deck, so I think it's quite great, given what I have. Alright, well there's a Bloodstained Mire, which is decent fixing. Again, it's not blue-black, but it's still pretty solid. I don't think I want either Bitter Blossom, Toxic Deluge, Ancient Tomb, or Brutal Expulsion, which is fine, but I have a bunch of 4-drops. And Upheaval is obviously very strong, but I'm not really an Upheaval deck, so I'll go with the Mire. Careful Study is amazing. Yeah, it's just sad that I only have Reanimate and Diabolic Servitude and Recurring Nightmare. That's a bit light, but it is what it is. I did not get much more than that. But it seems that the archetype, Reanimation archetype is open. Maybe just not many Reanimation spells were opened. I'm not sure. Study is definitely fine though. I guess Sneak Attack could be another way to put my things into the battlefield. Sneak Attack with Rider or Primus is fairly decent. It's better with Primus. It's not that great though. Not sure how good this would be. Augur of Bolas is pretty decent. I'm currently playing. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12 target. That's starting to be decentish. And what I like with Augur of Bolas is that it's another creature that I can use a Recurring Nightmare with. Alright, well, Living Death is quite costly, but I guess could be good given what I have. It's also a Wrath effect, which I can definitely use. Psychotog is a bit like Prowler, a bit more costly. works well with Recurring Nightmare. Another option would be to take Rakdos Return, which is just a very solid card in general. I think Return has a bit more upside. Wheel a Rogue. Guess there's nothing else. I do have too many playables there though. And I don't think I need this Spring. The Leviathan could be a sideboard option as a reanimation target. Affliction is fine removal, I guess, but I don't really need that to match. Overlord is not the best thing to reanimate. Expulsion is fine, but I have a bunch of 4-drops. I need to cut a lot of cards here. I think. 31, so I have... Yeah. I need to cut 3 cards. Recurring Nightmare is not my favorite thing, but it's a reanimation spell and I have a few cheap creatures that I can sacrifice. Maybe Consideration is not so great, given the amount of 4-drop and card advantage I do have, and the fact that I have a 4th which is just better. Is it better than Jace? I don't know, maybe in this deck, Careful Consideration is better than Jace. But I think I'll keep Jace for now. And CDC doesn't look great at all in this deck. Murderous Cut is fine. I need my reanimation targets. Do I want Nicol Bolas? Maybe not. Maybe it's a sideboard option because 8 mana is a lot. And my curve pretty much stops at 5 because I'm not supposed to cast those. So this would be my main deck. Alright. And I guess I don't need any red source. I think I do have enough of these. Definitely don't need that. So 7 island would be 8 blue sources, which is the minimum. It's fine, but I have 2 double blue spells, so I don't really want to go under 8. And 5 swamp here is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be 10 black sources, which is just more than enough. I could go down to 9. Yeah, I guess it's right to have. Yeah, that seems like the right mana base, and I don't need any mountain. 5 red between what I have is gonna be enough. Alright, so that's gonna be the main deck. I'm not gonna lie, it looks fairly weird. I'm not sure how good it will be and if things will work. It's definitely interesting. So some sort of Grixis Reanimator deck. I hope you enjoyed the draft and I see you guys for round 1.